Toronto real estate just did something it hasn't done in over 2 years, and that's 3 consecutive months of year over year sales gains. So that's not a coincidence. That's starting to become a pattern. And sales are up 9.4% year over year. New listings down almost 13%. Active listings down 13.5%. More people buying, fewer homes available. That's the setup right there. But let's be honest about what it does and doesn't mean. Because more sales and less supply does not automatically mean that prices are going up. Not yet. Rates haven't moved. So $1.06 million average price with a 5.5% mortgage still requires a household income that most people in this city just don't have. But what tightening supply does is that it stops the bleeding. And right now, that's exactly what's happening. Condo apartment sales in the 416 were up 14.3% year over year. The most beaten up segment in the market just posted the strongest sales growth of any property type in June. And that's end users who did the math, realized that waiting has its own cost. Think about it this way. Someone who decided to keep renting through 2023 and 2024 is 2 years of rent payments in, prices haven't crashed, and now they're buying into a market with less inventory than 6 months ago. So remember, waiting isn't free. Now, let's talk about what's actually happening on the ground because Toronto is not really one market right now. We've got East End Detached, and well-priced product is selling in 25 days at 102% of asking price. That's over asking. That's buyers competing on the right listing. It's not every street, it's not every property, but if you're a seller in the East End sitting on a properly priced home, you're definitely in a different market than the headlines suggest. West End, right at asking price. 25 days on market. We're talking Roncy, Bloor West Village, and that's balanced right now. Tipping towards seller's market on anything priced right. Downtown condos, 38 days on market, selling just under asking. So buyers still have negotiating room, 100%, but it's less room than 6 months ago. A King West condo you could have lowballed by 8% in January is getting closer to asking price today because there are more buyers in the room than there were before. 416 detached average is 1.648 million in June, and that's down 0.3% year over year. So basically flat, basically 0%. If you bought a house in Toronto and held it through this cycle, you're doing fine. 416 condos average 665,000, still down 9% year over year. More units are selling, but price is still the lever here. If you bought in 2022 and you're still pricing at 2022 numbers, you're not selling. The buyers in this segment know exactly what they can afford and they're not overpaying. The units that are moving are priced for today. And on the monthly price number, well, raw average price went from $1,069,000 in May to $1,058,000 in June. So that's down month over month. And Treb says prices were up on a seasonally adjusted basis, which accounts for the different mix and volume between months. It's worth knowing the difference there. Now, what is true is the year over year decline is shrinking every single month. So January was worse than February. February was worse than March. March worse than April. The numbers keep getting less ugly. And that's not nothing. On 2029, new condo construction starts are down over 90% in 3 years. Now remember, condos take 4 to 5 years from breaking ground to occupancy. So by 2029, almost nothing new is delivering into this market. And Toronto's population isn't shrinking. So you put more people and fewer units together, and there's really only one outcome, right? This isn't just like a bold prediction from me. It's supply and demand with a timeline. The government knows it, Treb knows it, and the buyers who are moving right now, well, they know it too, right? The first half of 2026, done. Sales ahead of last year. Listings are down pretty hard. 3 years of buyers still sitting on the sidelines. The second half of this year is a different conversation than the first. And if you own a house and you're thinking about a move, well, competition on the buy side is still manageable, but the inventory advantage buyers have had for 2 years is shrinking. If you're dealing with a condo, buying or selling, the right answer depends entirely on your specific situation. So there's no blanket call that works for everyone right now. Follow me on Instagram, Daaron Johnston, and we can continue the conversation.